Good day and welcome back to the Valerie Beebe Show. My next guest is Dr. Steve Knauf. He is going to help us recognize Arthritis Awareness Month. He's a chiropractor and he's very well educated in this particular problem. Dr. Knauf, welcome to the Valerie Beebe Show.
Thank you for having me again.
Okay, let's talk about the most common type of arthritis and their causes. I think because people are very familiar with that word arthritis.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think people are familiar with the term, but there's actually over 100 different types of arthritis that exist today. But there are two really common types. The first is osteoarthritis, and that's the one that I think everyone is kind of familiar with. It's where your joints just get beat up. They break down over time because of a lot of physical stress. We see it with athletes. People that work really physical jobs. It could be because of injury or poor posture. So that's the one I think people are most familiar with. The other arthritis is called rheumatoid arthritis, and this one is very different from osteoarthritis. Now, your joints still break down, they become arthritic over time, but what causes it is actually your own body is attacking your joints through an autoimmune process where it increases inflammation in the joint that starts to break down your joints.
Okay. Can a chiropractor help with these types of arthritis?
Yes, they can. So with arthritis, really the key is to stay moving. And sometimes that's counterintuitive to people who have it because they just don't feel good. They have aches, pains, they don't feel motivated to move because it hurts to even get started. But maintaining movement is so important to preventing worse issues down the line. And chiropractic fits perfectly with that. We help restore and improve joint range of motion so that you can move better, move more freely, you're more flexible. It's maybe more comfortable to stay moving, to stay active. And that's really how chiropractic can help the most with people that are experiencing these symptoms.
How often, just say one was diagnosed with osteoarthritis, or the other, what's the other one? I'm sorry, you said?
It's rheumatoid arthritis.
Rheumatoid arthritis. Yep. How often, just in general, should they see a chiropractor then?
It really depends. There's stages to arthritis. You can be in the beginning stage and maybe you don't require a lot of maintenance to maintain your pain-free or maintain a low level of aches and pains and stiffness. Some people have really advanced stages and that can require more care. So it really depends on where you're at, and we always encourage you to have that conversation with a chiropractor so that they can prescribe the right amount of care for you.
What symptoms, tell me some symptoms so we can talk to our primary doctor, because you know you can't get anywhere without going to your primary doctor.
It's largely true. Now, at the joint, you can come in anytime. You don't need a primary care. But yes, you're right. Some of the common symptoms are really general and vague. What we typically see with patients is they come in with aches and pain, but it's really through the conversation where we start to understand what the cause of that is. So for example, with rheumatoid arthritis, it really tends to attack the joints in your hands and in your knees, whereas osteoarthritis really tends to occur in your spine, your shoulders, and your hips. And so in talking with our patients, we can start to get an idea of whether or not it's arthritis, what kind it might be. We may also utilize blood tests or x-rays to help us better understand what's happening as well.
This sounds exciting, especially for my audience. Let me tell you why I get excited when people know about my audience. My audience are people born between 1946 and 1964. They're affectionately called boomers. They're baby boomers. And these things are part of their daily life as they age.
Yes, unfortunately, that's true. They've put some miles on their body at this time, and they've lived life more than most. And it's so important to take care of yourself the best that you can. So while it's an important message for that population and how they might get relief, it's also important for the younger generations on what they can do to take care of themselves so they get the most out of their body as they age too.
I love this, Doctor. Where can we find you? Where do we find more information on these particular conditions?
For more information, we keep it easy. You can visit thejoint.com.
I want to thank you so much for stopping by the Valder Beebe Show. I love a doctor who knows what he does. So
Thank you.
Thanks for being my guest on the Valder Beebe Show.
Of course. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.